Hi, hello students. Welcome to Let's Understand Physics. This session is for CBSE Term 1 Physics revision. In this revision, we are going to discuss only about the important topics for exam. Let's get started. So, first topic is light reflection. In this, laws of reflection are very important. So, first law is about rays. So, incident ray, reflected ray and normal are lie in the same plane. Second law is about angles. So, in these angles, you will have these two types of questions. So, you know angle I is equal to angle R. They will give you incident ray, reflected ray and normal. They may ask you to find angle of reflection by giving angle of incidence. So, it is very easy. As you know both of them are equal, you can directly mark the same. In the second model, they will give you the angle between incident ray and the surface. So, here you have to find angle of incidence. Yeah, as you know, normal and surface, both of them are separated by 90 degree. So, 60 degree plus angle I is equal to 90 degree. So, angle I is equal to 90 degree minus 60 degree, you will get 30 degree. So, angle of reflection also will be equal to 30 degree. So, this is the model question for laws of reflection. Then, these laws of reflection are valid for any type of reflection, both reflections. So as you know, there are two types of reflections. One is regular reflection and the other one is irregular reflection. And the same way, any type of surface like plane surface, curved surface, smooth surface, rough surface, any type of surface, these laws of reflection are valid. Now next topic is about reflecting surface, which we call it as mirror. So mirror forms image. There are two types of images, real image and virtual image. And mirrors are generally classified as plane mirror and spherical mirror. Plane mirror will give you parallel beam. When the parallel beam of light falling on the plane mirror, it reflects parallel beam only. But concave mirror, it gives converging, and convex mirror, it is diverging beam. Then plane mirror always forms only virtual image, and the size of image will be always equal to size of object, so that the magnification will be +1. This is very important. Magnification of a mirror is +1. Which mirror is that? Then you have to mark it as plane mirror. Plus indicates virtual image, 1 indicates image size and object size are equal. In the same way, image distance or object distance are also equal. Then plane mirror is a spherical mirror with radius as infinity. So focal length and radius, both of them will become infinity for plane mirror. Then concave mirror is converging, and when you keep the light source at focus, it gives parallel beam also. Then it forms real and virtual images. It forms all the sizes of images, highly diminished, diminished, same size, enlarged and highly enlarged, so that its magnification will become less than -1, equal to -1 and greater than -1. So minus indicates here real image and greater than +1. So the mirror which forms greater than +1, so greater than indicates the size of the image is bigger than the object, and plus indicates virtual. So you have to go for concave mirror. In the same way, all the other cases also. Then convex mirror, diverging, it also forms always virtual, but it gives only diminished or highly diminished image. So its magnification will be less than +1 always. Both of them have radius of curvature is equal to 2 times of its focal length. Then applications of these mirrors are also very important. As you know, concave mirror having 6 different image formations. So all the 6 different images will have different applications. All of them are very important. You have to once go through the textbook, read the lesson carefully, so that you will have all the 6 cases. As I am giving here only important points to remember. Then plane mirror, periscope and kaleidoscope, concave mirror. So concave mirror generally used for smaller lights like searchlights, torchlights, headlights of your vehicle. Then one case, very important, the last case of concave mirror image, where you will have virtual magnified image, will be used by dentists and makeup artists. That is very important. Convex mirror, you will have rear view mirror, street lights and parking. At parking places, for example, metro stations and very big apartment parking places as well as shopping malls, to identify the vehicles as well as customers, they will use convex mirror because it forms diminished image. Large field of view or wider field range can be seen by using a single mirror, which is convex mirror, because it is diverging. And one more thing, ambulance, why it is written on ambulance in different way, that is due to lateral inversion. So lateral inversion means right appearing as left and left appearing as right. That is also important. That phenomena we take it as lateral inversion. Then mirror formula is the relation among focal length, image distance and object distance. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. In mirrors you will have 1 by v plus 1 by u. In lens you will have 1 by v minus 1 by u. Only that is the change. Then magnification minus v by u. In lens you will have plus v by u. And height of image by height of object is same. So the magnification gives the relation between object height and image height, in the same way object distance and image distance. So these are the key points which you have to remember. And convex mirror generally is used outside and concave mirror is generally used inside. Remember that. Why I am telling is to identify what is given. Then next topic is refraction. Refraction means bending of light. Bending of light. Why the light bends? When the light is going from one transparent medium to the other transparent medium, you will observe bending of light due to the change in the speed of the light. So there are two different media for light. One is rarer medium and the other one is denser medium. Rarer medium means where the light travels faster, and denser medium means compared to rarer medium the light becomes slow, but both of them are transparent media only. For example of refraction, so refraction you can see when you have interface of two or more transparent media. For example, when you place a lemon in water and both of them are kept in glass tumbler, you can observe lemon is seen in bigger size. In the same way pencil also, pencil is seen broken at the interface. In the same way, when you have seen some letters which are below the glass slab, means on the letters if you place glass slab you will see the letters are raised. In the same way, the bottom of swimming pool is seen raised due to refraction. That is due to change in the direction of light. Actually light travels in medium, a single medium, it travels straight line, but when you have interface two or more media, then it bends. That is what you have to remember. It is due to the change in the speed of light. Then you will have laws of refraction. Again, laws of refraction also same like laws of reflection. First law is about rays and second law is about Snell's law. Snell's law gives again angles only, but here the angles are taken with sine ratio. Sine I by sine R. I is incidence and R is refraction. So the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant for a given pair of media. If you take any two media, for example air, glass, air, water, glass, water, or glass, diamond, it can be any two media. For that the ratio will be constant. This ratio is called as refractive index, and refractive index it doesn't have any units. Remember, it is a pure ratio, so no units for it. Then refractive index is again divided into two types. One is absolute refractive index and the other one is relative refractive index. Then absolute refractive index means first medium is air, second medium can be any transparent media, any transparent medium. Then if you want to find second medium refractive index, mu or sometimes nu also can be used. So this whichever refractive index you are finding, that will be below, that will be in the denominator, and first medium speed will be speed of light in the first medium will be in the numerator, speed of light in second medium will be in the denominator, as you are finding second medium refractive index. If one is air, then this is called absolute refractive index. If the first medium is also different, for example, if you take one is glass and the other one is water, then we call it as relative refractive index. If you want to find refractive index of water with respect to glass, then water will be in the denominator, glass will be in the numerator. Remember that, very easy. So mu21, that means the second medium refractive index with first medium refractive index. That's why speed of light in first medium by speed of light in second medium. Mu12, you are finding first medium refractive index with respect to second medium. That means speed of light in second medium by speed of light in first medium. Then different values of refractive indices are given in your textbook. You can check it. So compared to air, all the other media has less speed, whatever the value they will give. For example, diamond, if they give the refractive index of diamond is 2.42, that means compared to vacuum, 2.42 times lesser speed the diamond will have for the light. So speed of light in air or vacuum will be 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. And it is also very important to know conditions of no refraction, when you will not have refraction of light. If you have both the media having same refractive index, or both the media are same, there is no refraction. In the same way, if the light is traveling normally, for example, I have glass here and I have air here. From air the light is passing through glass, but it is passing normally. Normal and incident ray are on the same line, so angle of incidence will be equal to 0 degree. In this case also you will not have any refraction taking place. Then generally when the light is passing through glass slab, you will observe the bending. So refraction A, B, C, D is a glass slab. You will see refraction and again normal, again it will bend like this. So the angle between normal and incident ray is angle of incidence. This ray, the second refracted ray, we call it as emergent ray. The angle between normal and emergent ray is taken as angle of emergence. If you extend this angle of incident ray, then you can observe these two, extended incident ray and emergent ray, are parallel, and the gap between these two is taken as lateral displacement. We know lateral means shifting sideways. Lateral means what? Shifting sideways. Based on this you will have questions, especially based on angles. Check angles whether they are marked between normal and ray only, always. Sometimes they will give you between surface and the ray, and here if they mark angular, this is wrong, because angles are always marked between ray